Aloha, I'm Bordessa from Ukulele.com, and here's some quick tips on strumming. First tip is when you're strumming, always try and use half wrist movement and half arm movement. I see a lot of times people strumming with just their arms and it's just like they're hammering on something. That's not good. I see people strumming with just their wrists and it's not enough up and down movement to get a smooth flow over the strings. So you try and do half and half where you're going up and down and up and down and turning your wrist as you go. That makes for the smoothest strum. Next tip is pretend your finger is like a suspension unit. If you try and keep your finger super stiff, you're going to end up jamming it in the strings. So if you let it bend and angle it so that as you pass it down over the strings, it can kind of flick and move with them, and then when you strum up, you can kind of let out your finger so that as you strum up, it's a little bit more straight. So when you go down, have a little bit of suspension, a little bounce in your finger, and then when you come up, finger straight. Third tip, strum over the 12th to 15th fret. Usually you want to strum kind of right where the body is meeting up with the neck. That's close to the middle of the strings, gives you a nice sound with some punch, but it's also a little bit warmer, and it's kind of, if it's the middle of the strings, it's the place of least resistance. If you're trying to strum down here, the strings are really stiff, they don't have a lot of give, and they're a lot less forgiving. Plus, they're a little bit closer together up here. If you look down at the bridge, the strings kind of start far apart, and as they go up the neck, they get a little bit closer together. It's not much, but it's enough to make a difference. Last tip, practice your timing. If you have a metronome, great. If not, look one up on the internet. There's plenty. Just do a Google search or get an app. Pro Metronome is a great free app for iPad and iPhone. And all you need is that click. Click, 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 click. That is great practice so that when you go and play a song, you're naturally used to keeping time with that hand, and you're just going to keep banging out the rhythm, and then you can think about singing or changing chords. Timing, I won't say it's the most important, but it's very, very important that you've got good time, because if there's no rhythm, nobody can dance. If nobody can dance, why be at the party? Okay, aloha.